Let's talk about something that so many of us feel. We have this deep desire to connect with the Quran, but sometimes it feels like we're just reading. Today, we're diving into a practice that helps us move past just reading the words and start building a real living relationship with them. And look, if you've ever felt this way, you are so not alone. It's a really common feeling, right? You're reading the words, you might even understand what they mean, but there's this gap. You feel it. You're reciting, sure, but are you really connecting? That's the challenge we're going to tackle. So, the whole idea here is to make a really intentional shift in our focus. We're talking about moving from recitation, which is an act that happens, mostly on the tongue, to building a relationship, something that's felt deep down in the heart. And this isn't about ditching recitation, not at all. It's about deepening it, giving those words a place to land. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It completely reframes the goal. It's not a race to see how many pages you can get through. It's about slowing down, actually listening, and letting the words really sink in. Yeah, quantity is great, but this kind of deep, quality engagement, that's what's truly transformative. Okay, so let's get into it. What does this practice, Quran journaling, actually look like? Well, at its core, it's about creating a dedicated space for a personal, one-on-one conversation with the divine text. It really just boils down to two simple things: reflecting and responding. It's about taking what you read and directly connecting it to your own life, your thoughts, your hopes, your fears, your questions. This is that private moment where the divine word meets your real everyday world. And you know what? The process is actually super straightforward. It's just 3 steps. First, you receive the words. You can read them, you can listen to them. Then you reflect. You ask yourself that really crucial question. Okay, what does this mean for me right here, right now? And finally, you respond. You just write your thoughts down. And here's what's so freeing about this whole thing. Your response can be literally anything. It doesn't have to be some perfect essay. It can be a simple question you have for Allah. It can be just getting your honest feelings out, a list of things you're grateful for. It could even be a personal prayer, a dua that's inspired by the verse you just connected with. There's no wrong way to do it. So why bother? Why go through the effort of doing this? Because this simple act of just slowing down and writing things out can have a huge impact. It's not just another thing on your to-do list. It's a real tool for spiritual growth. There are really 4 big transformations that can happen. First, in our crazy, fast-paced world, it forces you to just slow down. It slows the heart. Second, it helps bridge that gap we talked about earlier, moving the words from your tongue into your heart. Third, because it's so manageable, 1 verse, a few minutes, it helps you build consistency without feeling overwhelmed. And finally, it makes the Quran feel personal again, like a conversation meant just for you. Now, let's be really clear about something. This doesn't replace traditional study or tafsir. They're partners. They work together. In fact, you could say journaling is a modern way to engage in the ancient Islamic tradition of tadabbur, or deep contemplation. Think of it like this. Traditional study asks, what did Allah say? It's focused on the meaning. Journaling asks, what is Allah asking of me? It's all about personal application. One gives you knowledge. The other helps you truly internalize it. All right, we need to talk about something really important. For a lot of people, the moment they hear journaling, a dozen reasons why they can't do it pop into their head. So we're going to bust those myths right now, because this practice is for everyone. It's not for a select few. Okay, here's the first big one, the idea that you have to be artistic. You scroll online, you see these gorgeous, decorated Quran journals with amazing calligraphy, and you think, nope, I could never do that. But here's the thing you have to remember. Your goal here is expression, not decoration. A few honest, heartfelt sentences scribbled in a notebook means so much more than the most beautiful page that doesn't have that sincerity behind it. And then there's myth number 2, which is just pure intimidation. I'm not a scholar. I don't know Arabic or tafsir inside and out. Who am I to be reflecting on these words? It's a really common feeling. And the answer to that is so simple. This is not an academic paper. Scholarly work is about explaining the meaning for everyone. Journaling is about exploring the impact of those words on you. It's a heart practice, not a head one. And finally, we have the classic fear of the blank page. That feeling that you're just not a good writer, that your words aren't eloquent enough to capture the beauty of the Quran. This might be the most freeing reminder of all. The focus is sincerity, not style. Allah is not grading your grammar or your vocabulary, your broken sentences, your simple words, your honest thoughts. That's what matters. So when you strip away all of those myths, all those fears about not being artistic enough or smart enough or eloquent enough, what are you left with? You're left with one single, powerful guiding principle. This right here is the mantra. Your goal isn't to create a perfect page or have some perfect, mind-blowing insight. Your only goal is to show up, be present, and reflect. That's it. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Okay, so are you feeling ready to try this? Let's turn that feeling into action. And forget about making some huge, grand plan. The way to start is to make it incredibly small and totally manageable. Just one. That is your entire assignment for this week. Seriously, don't try to tackle a whole surah or even a whole page. Just pick one single verse that stands out to you. That's it. And that's all the time you need. Just 10 minutes. Set a timer if you have to. This takes all the pressure off. You don't need a huge chunk of your day. Just give yourself 10 minutes of focused, sincere attention. And as you sit down for those 10 minutes with your one verse, please remember this last piece of advice. Don't pressure yourself to have some huge, life-changing epiphany. Just aim to be honest. Aim for sincerity. The depth, that will come later, with time and consistency. So in the end, it all comes down to this really simple invitation. The words of the Quran are a constant, living address to us. So the real question isn't whether it's speaking. The question is, have we made the space to actually listen?